Is first First Officer Dieter Staudinger here at FearlessFlight. Welcome. This is your weekly FearlessFlight live show, and we we do have a captain, except our captain, Capt Ron, is currently in the Netherlands. He is uh, successfully flown with a VIP custom coaching student. He accompanied Rose all the way to the Netherlands and spending some time there right now. He did send me a video, so I will post that video to Facebook after this live show. I do want to make sure that if there are any questions or anything, please put them here in chat. If I'm able to answer them, I will. Otherwise, we'll defer them to Captain Ron when he's back next week. First and foremost, though, we don't spend a whole lot of time on our Birds of a Feather Facebook group. So please, if you're watching, and if whether you are a member or not, just put into chat. If you are a member, where you're watching from, and if you're not a member, what are you waiting for? Maybe you're waiting for the link, and I will put that in chat as well. But you should be able to find it from our Facebook page. The reason why I want to point out our Birds of a Feather Facebook group, because if you've been with us for any amount of time, you know that the FearlessFlight methods is like a three-legged stool, and the third leg of that stool, the third part of our FearlessFlight method, that is connection, social engagement and connection. And the reason that is so important is twofold. So number one, you may have noticed that your flight anxiety is also causing you some, well, on the one end of the spectrum, mild embarrassment, and on the other end of the spectrum, deep shame, and that anywhere in between, wherever you may find yourself, is not a great place to be. So one thing that we know from the data that we have from the many thousands of people that have come through FearlessFlight over the years is that on average, most of you are waiting about 10 years before reaching out. And you could say it in a less empowering way, is it took 10 years to get to the point where you finally had enough and you're gonna do something about it. Or you could say that every time a flight came up, either a possibility of a flight or you actually were on a plane, it got worse, and finally you say to yourself, this is my life. I want to do something. I want to empower myself. I don't want to live like that any longer. And but either way, it's that embarrassment to shame spectrum, and the best way to help heal and transform that is social connection. As a matter of fact, we know that everything from a surgery to a breakup to challenges at work and a family, the more social connection meaningful, not how many Facebook friends we have, but meaningful social connections, that the more likely and the faster we are to heal, for example, after surgery, or the more likely and the more resilient we are, when we go through some challenging times. And for so many people, the birds of a feather really has become family. I can really honestly say that. And one of these beautiful beings is Colleen Wasicki. If you have not met Colleen, we kind of did a 4-part um, mini series with her for our Cleared for Takeoff 201 online course. And so Colleen, I just want to pull this up real quick. Colleen posted, she said, last week I had 4 flights within 5 days. Of those, 3 were delayed, 2 hours, 3 hours, and 5 hours with a diversion to another airport. I survived. It is possible. I didn't fly for 20 years, and now I can get through that. Have faith in yourself. And I'm I'm just gonna say the fact that Colleen took the time, share it in a group, is really, really powerful, because one of the things these days, it's not just North America, but it's definitely North America, more than anything, is these unexpected delays, gate changes, sitting at the tarmac for some extended period of time, luggage not arriving, all sorts of things that really can erode our confidence in ourselves and on our ability to be on the flight in a good way. So so to have Colleen share that is really, really awesome. Another one is Carrie. I just Carrie posted some great pictures to go along with it. She also she actually wanted support. She reached out and say, "Hey friends, it's my turn, and I'm desperately trying not to let my thoughts get to me. Flying with my family, would appreciate any trackers." And there are lots of people that commented on her post and are supporting her. And it's just really, really powerful to keep going down. Angie Lewis and uh, that's awesome. So Jill also posted okay, just a couple days ago. Just wanted to say thank you for all your encouragement. As usual, my anticipatory anxiety got the better of me. So worried about the fact that takeoff was going to be bumpy because it's been so hot in the mountain in the west, in the mountains in the west. Actually ended up one of the smoother takeoffs that I've had, and I got to my destination safely. It made me think about how often I make things worse by creating a story in my mind. And I do not remember, maybe you guys can help me out, put it in the chat, but there's a great saying that I love, and basically it says, "My life is full of terrible misfortunes, most of which have never happened." So that kind of like goes along with Jill's uh, post, and so the ability to take a step back, the ability to interrupt those thought loops, is really, really powerful. And one of the things Capt Ron and I really wanted to give to people, especially if you just connected with Fearless Flight or you just started your journey and you feel that embarrassment, you don't yet want to do the free 15-minute coaching call, or you don't want to attend a webinar quite yet. We created this flight anxiety protocol survey that basically allows you to rate yourself against 40 some statements. And those statements are really just the usual negative cognitions that we have kind of gleaned from fearful flyers over the decades. And basically, after you rate yourself, there's a very in-depth scoring mechanism on the back end. You get a personalized 10-page report that kind of provides a lens for you. And so we kind of grouped 8 different types into that profile survey. That could be a crash catastrophizer, turbulence translator, escape strategist, backseat pilot. So we have 8 of these. But then there are also other dimensions that we take into consideration. Does our anxiety show up long before we even get on a flight, or is it really something that just happens in the moment? Is it future oriented? Is it in the here and now? For example, is it more mechanical, or is it more in internal? For example. So it really allows you, if you've never really kind of gone through that process to evaluate, then this really gives you a great resource. Like I said, it's 10 pages, gives you an awesome radar chart that rates you in all of these different types. And it gives you also a great starting point. And maybe you look at it and say, because there are lots of things that you could be doing, but what are the things for you personally that are going to change your experience the most powerfully, right? So once again, this is something that you can do on your own, but then I would encourage you to go and share, for example, on the Birds of a Feather, and let other people be part of your journey and also be part of other people's journeys. So it's really a powerful way of making that part of the Fearless Flight method work. If you're wondering, hey, I actually wanted to be in that group, but I never got approved, we do ask questions. And the most important one is obviously to make sure that this is a safe and nurturing space. Facebook and a lot of groups can, have a lot of different purposes, but our purpose is really to create that safe, nurturing space. And so we do want to make sure that everybody who comes in kind of honors and nurtures themselves and others by the words they're choosing, and or the words they're not choosing to share. So either way, it may be that that's why you haven't been approved. So just come back, fill out those questions, and you're going to be part of this amazing group. Lastly, I do want to point out that this month's group coaching webinar, because Capt Ron is in the Netherlands, it's gonna be on August 27th. So if you haven't registered yet, we're gonna send out an email either today or tomorrow with the link to register. If you are a Fearless Flyer Club member, then of course the webinar is free, but we don't want money to be a barrier. And so you actually get to pick your price. So when you go on the registration page, you can actually choose based on your level of confidence or means. And of course, there's going to be a replay available, and we'd love to have you. So every month is going to be a different topic. This month's topic, we're kind of like preparing a flight plan. And hey, Roxana, it's great to have you on. So I highly encourage you to come and experience one of those group coaching webinars. And the thing about group coaching, I've been a therapist for over, 20 years now. Group coaching is an interesting experience, because we may not always get what we think we want out of, but it really ends up 9 out of 10 times we get what we needed, and that's so much more powerful, because again, one of the biggest challenges in fear of flying or your flight anxiety is the aspect of being in control versus not being in control, right? And obviously, when we have a group coaching experience, there's an element of what I call surrender to the process, an element of that's different from a one-on-one coaching session. And the powerful part of that can be that someone might ask a question, or someone might share an internal process that really resonates with us that we couldn't even articulate. So we couldn't even have gotten the help that we really needed, because we weren't even at the stage where we could share that, either because confidence, or maybe words, or maybe just a matter of self-reflection. So really, really powerful. And it's not imparting information. It's really a transformational process. And again, goes with all 3 legs of our Fearless Flight method. And the education piece, obviously Capt Ron usually has a presentation, a short one that he prepares, and then we're doing group work, but we'll always focus on what's coming up in the moment through the process. So I hope that was helpful. If all goes well, next week, Capt Ron will be back. I'm not sure if Rose might be on as a guest, so they can both share their experience. But either way, mark your calendars. August 27th, our monthly group coaching webinar. And also look out for that video from Capt Ron. I'm going to upload it to both our page and the group. And hopefully it'll be helpful as well. All right, so I'm going to say thank you for being with me here tonight. Once again, if you have any questions, captainron@fearlessflight.com, or send us a message through Messenger. All right,